All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. My name is Gift Uyawane, and I lead marketing and comms here at Learn to Earn. Welcome to the Untapped Opportunities in Tech and how to get in today, a special YouTube live event brought to you by Learn to Earn. Before we get started, I just want to say hello to everyone. Please let us know where you're joining in from: Ikorodu, Ilorin, um, Otukpo, Abuja, Nairobi, the UK, the US. Just type in the comments where you are joining the session from. Okay. Benin City. Hi, Ajala. Nice. Where else are people joining from? Okay. I want to quickly find out where we have the most people. Right now, it seems like Lagos is winning. Ilori, yes, nice to see you. Great. A robust audience. I can see we have people from all over Nigeria and outside of Nigeria too. Great. Katsina, hello. All right, just before we get into it and meet our speakers, I have a favor to ask of everyone. Hi, Michael. Please share this link with a friend, a family member, a colleague. If you have enemies, you can do that as well. Just do something nice for somebody today. Just forward this link to them. Tell them there's a session you think they absolutely need to be a part of. Okay. Are we doing that? Nice. All right. While we're still sharing and telling us where we're joining the session from, so we're able to, give the most value on this call, I would like us to jump straight in. Hi again. For everyone who is on this call and hearing about Learn to Earn for the first time, or you've heard and you're not sure who these people are and what we're about, Learn to Earn is an AI focused digital skills training program designed for you and every young Nigerian who is 18 plus and ready to change their story. It's a platform to help you launch your global tech career. That's what we're about. And today we are joined by three exceptional leaders who are at the forefront of tech, education, and innovation in Africa and also outside of Africa. They will be sharing with us their insights on how to navigate the tech landscape, um, and seize incredible opportunity, the opportunity we thought it was important to bring us together for and share with you. Without plenty more talk, I would like us to meet our speakers. Um, our first on the call is Temi Kolawole, who is an ecosystem builder, is my favorite way to describe him. Temi is the managing director of Ilorin Innovation Hub, and he has nearly 2 decades of experience in the tech industry. He's a driving force in building a vibrant tech ecosystem in Nigeria's North Central region and a seasoned expert in digital transformation and corporate governance. Now, as the chief mentor at Ilorin Innovation Hub, he's dedicated to nurturing the next generation of tech talent through various initiatives like Learn to Earn, mentorship programs, and of course, strategic partnerships. His vision is to establish Ilorin as a prominent tech hub with the ambitious goal of fostering a $1 billion startup from the region within the next 5 years. Temi's work is a testament to the power of local innovation and its potential to create long lasting impacts on a national scale. Can we? Oh, yes, we already have Temi here. Hi, MD. Nice to meet you. Thanks for making the time to be here.
Hi, Gift. Thank you. I'm glad to be here too.
Great, thank you. Next, we have Kesia, who is a co-founder and CEO at Learn to Earn. She has over a decade experience of building companies and a solid track record of shaping um, companies from concept to launch. Now, before co-founding Learn to Earn, she was the co-founder and chief commercial officer at O1 Founders, a pioneering coding school in London, where she became deeply involved in the revolutionary O1 Edu Pedagogy, a peer-to-peer gamified learning model that is now at the core of Learn to Earn's curriculum. All this big English I'm saying, she's going to break it down and explain it in ways that make sense to us. Kesia is a passionate advocate for diversity and inclusion in tech and is committed to building sustainable and scalable education models that empower aspiring technologists across Africa, her home continent. Hi, Kesia.
Hi,
Nice
such
to
a warm
meet
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Our final speaker before we get started is the renowned entrepreneur and investor, E. Aboyeji. He says we can call him E. He's the co-founder of Learn to Earn and a pivotal figure in Africa's tech revolution. I think a few of us on this call might know him from industry. He's a two-time Unicorn co-founder, having played a key role in the success of both Andela and Flutterwave. His work has earned him numerous accolades, including the prestigious Office of the Order of the Niger from the Nigerian government, and recognition as one of the most influential 100 Africans by the New African magazine. As the managing director of Future Africa, he continues to invest and mentor the next wave of African entrepreneurs. I think his journey speaks for itself in being such a powerful example of how technology can be harnessed to create global economic opportunities and drive social progress. Hi, E. Pleasure to meet
Hello.
you.
Pleasure to
Thank
be here. Pleasure to
Great.
be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. We're incredibly honored to have you three on the call with us today. Without plenty more talk, I would say let's give them a warm welcome, everyone. Just a virtual round of applause, or you can use your favorite emoji. Great. All right. I think we can dive right in. So that we get the most value. My first question here is to Kessia, and I would just like to hit it straight on the head. We've come on this call to hear about this opportunity. We say we have, but what is tech? What is AI? What are all these words we've been saying? So, Kessia, if you were to explain tech to a younger self, what would you say to them?
Okay. Well, hi, Gift, and hi to everyone who's come to be with us today. It's a good question. I would say tech is using tools like phones and computers to solve problems and make life easier. It's like giving a robot clear instructions first do this and then do that. And we write those instructions, which we call code, so that phones and our computers can do certain things for us, like send messages or play music or help us find car rides. Um, if you can learn to give clear steps and keep practicing, you can do tech too. You can start small and build something that helps the people around you. And so to be clear, coding is when we write the steps that a phone or a computer must follow. And what is so great about coding or tech is that you can do this from anywhere in the world. It's borderless, and that's exactly what makes tech so exciting.
All right. Thanks so much for sharing that. I'll just like to, before I ask my next question, who will go to Temi. If we have questions or thoughts or comments, you can note them down. After they speak to us, we'll have the opportunity to ask all of our questions and get to learn more about Learn to Earn and how we can take advantage of this great opportunity. All right. Hi, Temi. So my question
Hi,
to
Gift.
you is, you direct affairs at Ilorin Innovation Hub. How would you describe the current tech landscape in Nigeria, especially in cities like Ilorin and other emerging ecosystems outside of the typical ones, Lagos, Abuja? What would you say is happening there? Why should eyeballs be on such cities?
All right. Well, I think that tech is taking over at the moment in Nigeria as, if not yet, the number one. It will soon be the number one driver of our economy. Um, Back in the day, Nigeria was known as an oil producing country. I think recently the amount of revenue that the country has been able to generate from software and talent in tech has either matched or almost surpassed that of oil. And it's only going to increase because world stats and figures show that Nigeria has a very fast growing young population. And this young population are very tech savvy. They're all online, they're all on social media. And it's becoming an opportunity that can break boundaries, which means that you can literally be anywhere and become a tech professional when you learn the right skills. So initially, it was only something that was popular in the big cities like Lagos, obviously, because that's where development was um, profound. But now, at the point that we are at, tech has spilled over into all parts of the country. There's tech hubs all over the country right now, everywhere. There's young talent everywhere. I mean, obviously, we have institutions all over the country that are producing and churning out a lot of very good tech material on a yearly basis. But now, I think the opportunities are starting to spread out, especially with hubs like ours in Ilorin, where not just in Ilorin, but even in all the surrounding and neighboring states, we have a lot of young people who are excited and very interested in learning tech skills or starting a business or innovating. Even those that are not necessarily tech professionals are starting to use tech for their businesses, whether it's selling online or offering a freelance service, for example, graphic designers, writers, content creators. Everybody is using one aspect of tech or the other at this point. So I think tech is literally becoming very vibrant, and Nigeria will soon have the same reputation that countries like India had a few decades ago with regards to being a home for tech talent, not just any tech talent, but reliable, affordable tech talent that can power the entire world. So I think that's where Nigeria is getting to right now.
All right, thank you very much. My next question, as you would have guessed, would go to E. Now, I agree with people who say, E, you've had a front row seat in shaping Africa's tech ecosystem. So my question would be, where do you see tech in Africa going over the next couple years, over the next decade? And why do you believe now is such a critical moment for young people to get involved?
Fantastic. Can you hear me, first of
Yes,
all?
we can.
Okay. So my sense is that what is happening right now in the world of technology and innovation is that all of a sudden you have these very, very, very interesting technologies that are globally diffused. Like, and by diffused, I mean like everybody has access to them now. So, like, you have artificial intelligence. Today, I'm sure all of everybody that's on this call uses ChatGPT. But there are other things like the blockchain, for example. If you're interested in building on the blockchain, you can go and learn Solidity, and there's a lot of other technologies that are becoming globally available. And this is very rare, actually, if you think about other technology innovations that are at this scale. Most of them didn't become globally available for many, many, many years. Like if you think about the internet, if you think about even personal computers, those took a while to get to everybody. And what is happening now is that because these technologies are now widely available, they give young people a lot of power. They allow young people to do things that young people couldn't do before. And this goes beyond just being able to code. This is being able to build really interesting technology yourself. This is having the tools to be able to solve problems from anywhere you are. And I think with the kind of leadership we have in the technology sector with the Honorable Minister, Dr. Bosun Tijani, and the kind of like things like the government is now planning to put 90,000 kilometers of fiber across the country, which means every part of this country is going to be connected to the internet, very fast, reliable internet. If you're a young person and you want to benefit from what is going on right now, the best way for you to do that is to arm yourself with the skills to take advantage of it. The equivalent is if you were born, and then some of our elders will remember it, maybe in the 80s, and at that time, typewriting was all the rage, but computers were just emerging. The people who stuck to typewriting, today no one hires typists anymore. Everybody is now hiring software. Everybody was now started hiring people who knew how to use word processors. But think about it at like 10,000 times the scale. In a few years, no one's gonna just want to hire a programmer anymore. Everybody is going to want to hire an AI engineer who can actually give you 10 times the outputs that just a programmer could. So if you want to be wealthy in the future, if you want to live a very fulfilled career, if you want to build with you want to be able to build very, very important things, you want to learn right now. You want to be building the skill sets to be able to build things right now. So that's what I think the world is going on. Finally, one of the more exciting things about this global revolution is that because these tools are now evenly distributed all over the world, along with the brilliance of all of you that are watching this, the reality is now that global innovation is now an open door. um, Silicon Valley used to be our Jerusalem, but now you can build technology from anywhere in the world. If you live in Ilorin, you can build world-changing technology from Ilorin. If you live in Otukpo, you can build world-changing technology from Otukpo. The only barrier between you and global impact is your willingness and determination to learn these skills. So if you're a young person and you really want to be in a great place, you really want to pick up these skills. I remember, and I'll close with this, at Andela 10 years ago, a lot of young people didn't understand the kind of revolution that was SaaS, software as a service, was undergoing, and how frameworks were changing, how people build software. People thought you had to still build everything from scratch. But then what then happened was, once people learned how to build on Mean Stack and Mern Stack and learned how to use Firebase and all these new technologies, the world just completely opened up to them. And many of those young people today, they are now living in Germany, and many of them live in Amsterdam, and many of them are jackpot. But I would say the next revolution, you're going to be able to make all those hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars from here in Nigeria. You won't have to go anywhere because you would have all the infrastructure you need to get your work done from Nigeria. So, anyway, so start planning today so that 10 years from now, you can be a millionaire in
Thank you.
dollars.
Thank you very much, E. Thanks for that great opening. Um, my next question would be to Kesia. So we understand now that tech is for everyone. It's not as complex as sometimes it's made to be. Someone in the remotest part of Kwara State, someone in Ilorin or some other places has access to tech, and we need to, for us to, build the life of our dreams. For us to, when someone is looking for the next AI engineer, they can come to us, and we have the skill. Now, my question is, what role does access, a platform like Learn to Earn specifically, play in helping young people transition into tech successfully? Now I'm ready to start. How can Learn to Earn help me?
Okay. Well, access to opportunity could not be more important. A problem we face is that Africa is full of bright and ambitious and capable young people, but too many are locked out by university fees that they can't afford, training that teaches theory and not real skills, or by where they live, and poor infrastructure that makes opportunity feel very far away. And at the same time, the world needs people who could build things with code and AI. And most companies don't care where you live, they care about what you can deliver. So there's this gap that exists between potential and opportunity, and programs like our Learn to Earn exists to act as a bridge for that. You know, AI is changing the world. It won't replace everyone, but the people who know how to use it will win. And if there's anyone who has joined us today who might not know what AI is, it stands for artificial intelligence. And it's basically when we teach a computer to think and learn on its own. And our vision at Learn to Earn is to see a world in the next decade where apps and software and AI used by billions of people around the world are in fact built by developers trained in Africa. And in other words, we want Africa to be the world's capital for AI-ready tech talent. And Learn to Earn, really, we exist to make that real, and we will start in Nigeria. We're hoping that some of those builders are with us today and are ready to get involved. Our goal is to train and place 1 million AI-ready Nigerian developers in the next decade. We want to make world-class training, which is how we use computers to build things, accessible with no school fees, and so that it's talent, not background, that decides your future. Now, there are a few things that make Learn to Earn different. The first is that there are many quick fix coding bootcamps all around the world. They're usually 8 to 12 weeks long, and they all deliver the same disappointing result, which is talent that's not ready for work. What we do is we offer a 2-year computer science degree alternative. So this is as if you had gone to university. The second is that we approach the training in a completely different way. We don't have teachers. There are no boring lectures, no classes. Instead, you will build skills by doing real world technical challenges. And the third is we don't charge you a tuition. So there are no fees. And in fact, we will pay you an allowance while you learn. And we will go even further. If you finish the program, we will give you a minimum 2-year working project on global projects. So in summary, what we hope to create is a new AI-ready talent engine for the world made up of African highly skilled developers who can join global teams, earn globally, and reinvest skills and income back home. And so if you are here and you are ready to build, then Learn to Earn is for you. I invite you to go to our website. It's learntoearn.ng. Play the game. It will take you about an hour and a half, and it may end up changing your life.
All right. Thank you very much, Kesia. Just for folks who may not have gotten that, learntoearn.ng. Everything she said, I can confirm is true. Thanks again, Kesia. My next question would go to E. So for everyone that's been following so far, or just joined this call, just for anyone watching really, who may feel they don't have the background, they don't have the skills, or they're just scared to start, what encouragement would you give them about starting a journey in tech right now?
Well, I'll say the biggest thing to understand is that who you are today, and who you are over the next 10 years, um, is simply a function of um, the decision that you make right now. And I say this with the benefit of having seen this movie play out before. Again, in 2014, I watched a bunch of young people take a test very similar to this one. And those young people got into the Andela program. Many of them spent 2 to 4 years learning how to become world class software developers. And today, all of them know that that one opportunity changed their life. Um, but I would say now the stakes are much higher, right? We're not just talking about $100,000 salary. We're talking about a skill set that can earn you millions of dollars. We're not just talking about just now the ability to build simple web applications. We're talking about the ability to build entirely new systems and organizations that can generate revenue while you sleep through artificial intelligence. We're not just talking about, the ability for you to, just learn a cheap, learn very cheaply in some coding boot camp for 8 weeks while you look for a job. We're talking about a skill set that makes you a valued employee globally, right? So the stakes are very different. And again, the choice before you is very simple. Are you going to play this 45-minute game or not? And if you play it and it doesn't get, you can always try again. There's no law against that. But what would be very sad is if for any reason you missed out again. Um, or you missed out just like many of the people who missed out over the last 10 years on the opportunity to get into software and technology. Because like I said, the tailwinds, the broad growth, the infrastructure that's coming, and the opportunities that are coming are such that you will just regret it. And you don't want to live a life of regrets. So just play the game.
Thank you. Thank you very much, E. Um, for anyone asking how they can get started, find where this game is to play, and share with friends, family members, colleagues, just go to learntoearn.ng. You would find the button play the game, and this game assessment that can determine a lot for you, that can change your future. You would find it there, and you can just click on it and get started. If you want to play it outside of your home, you would like to play it on a broader screen, laptop or desktop, we have hubs like Ilorin Innovation Hub. We have centers in different parts of Nigeria where you can walk in, schedule a time, and you can play the game to get started. Now, my next question would be to Temi. Just looking ahead, we're curious to know, where do you see the biggest opportunities for Africans in the next 5 years in tech? If I get started today, like what should I be on the lookout for? What might a future like that look like? Because I am used to the things I am used to. I think a number of us still go to school to have your best foot forward, study professional courses, but tech is pretty new for some people still. Now, leveraging the kind of access Learn to Earn can provide, what do you think the biggest opportunities for Africans in the coming years could be?
So, in the coming years, I honestly believe that artificial intelligence is going to take the forefront of the tech space when it comes to opportunities. I believe that it's already starting, but where we are at the moment, a lot of what we have in the AI space is still very much Western. There's going to be a lot of a shift going on where we Africans are going to have to build our own infrastructure, build our own models, whether large language models or small language models. There's so much opportunity in that space, and you cannot go wrong becoming an expert in that area. So, and when I say artificial intelligence, I don't just mean as a field on its own, but figuring out how to integrate artificial intelligence into whatever you're doing is the best place to be at the moment. So, for example, if you're a software engineer, like the kind of people that Learn to Earn are looking for example, I would suggest you learn how to build and code using AI. It's almost like a way of supercharging yourself one developer can perform at the speed of three or four or five using AI correctly. So I'll ask everyone to try to embrace AI. But it's not limited to just software engineers, even people in other fields, whether you're a graphic designer, content creator, being able to use AI tools right now is the best bet for anybody on this continent. But back to software engineering again, we're going to get to a place or a stage where, as much as you are becoming a super software engineer, there's a high demand for AI engineers too, AI and automation. So whether you are developing products in health, in agriculture, wherever, whatever experience you're gaining, which you're going to gain along the line in a program like Learn to Earn. So you're not just going to be learning alone, you're going to be gaining experience along the line. There's a lot of opportunities there. The past few years have been dominated by fintech. I'm sure E can confirm this. But then we've also had so many other spaces that have also come up and become very big in the in the African tech space, like logistics, like mobility, like um, e-commerce, and other fields like e-learning and edtech are also very big now. But I believe there's still a few more opportunities out there that are yet to be untouched, like maybe green tech and energy solutions. We also, on this part of the world, have limited resources compared to the heavy infrastructure and data centers that we have in the Western world. So, being able to solve problems with limited resources would also be a strong point. Limited connectivity, limited power. That's why we have to look at energy, digital infrastructure, and cloud. You can't go wrong being a DevOps engineer in the next few years. We are obviously going to have a higher demand for what we currently do with regards to data centers and cloud services. That's also going to go big. But yeah, my number one field to advise anybody to become very familiar with or specialize in would be AI, and then other areas will come after, like edtech, automation. Um, the creative industry is also growing very fast in this part of the world. So gaming, esports, but AI is still number one for me.
All right. Thank you very much, Tammy. Now, in as much as we have questions that were prepared, questions that we gathered from what people had been asking us, what people were curious about, we also want you to be able to speak to the people directly. Now, my next question or thoughts would be to E. Aside what we've asked so far, just before we start taking questions from the audience, what do you want to share with the people? Is there something you have on your mind that you would love to, talk to young people, share with young people who are curious, who are ambitious on this call?
Yeah, I'll say, the truth of the matter is you live in a country that doesn't offer you many opportunities. And where the odds of success are very, very, it's a tall order, right? Because when you think about your competition globally, and I encourage you to always do this, you are you're in a position where all those people have governments that are doubly investing in their success. We now have some initiatives from government that do that, like 3MTT, but you can't deny that if you say we're born in America or something like that, you would have significantly more resources, right? You live in a society where there isn't always very good infrastructure, even though again, government is investing in several hundred thousands and tens of thousands of kilometers of fiber. You live in a society where it's very hard. Money is very, very hard to come by. People have to work very, very hard and long. And if you come from a middle class background, like some of us, you don't have a lot of leg ups. And one of the things I discovered early that really changed my life was realizing how much of a cheap code technology was. This idea that you can sit down, even though you don't know anybody, in your, in your bedroom, on your phone, and learn things that, the children of billionaires are learning at Harvard, where they're paying, you know, hundreds of at least hundreds of millions of naira, as far as we are concerned, to learn. You know, those opportunities, take them very seriously. Take them very seriously. A lot of people that complain about what they don't have. Um, they complain, look, government is not doing this. They complain, my dad can't do that. My mother can't send me abroad. My this, my that. And in the process of complaining, they miss out on the opportunities that are staring at them, opportunities that God has put in their path to change their lives. And what I want to encourage all of you is that this is one of such opportunities. Um, it is, in my opinion, one of the best things that you can do for yourself, right? Is to just play this game and play it with seriousness and follow the process with seriousness and get to the end of this. The results won't be immediate. You're not going to become a millionaire next year. You're going to work very, very hard. It's going to be very, very difficult. It's not going to be easy. You're not going to enjoy every moment of it. That's just the truth. I mean, people can lie to you about it, but as somebody who's seen a lot of young people go
Looks like we lost E.
Yeah, I think we lost him when he just got to the serious bits. But yeah, I would just, like us to continue from what he was speaking about, which is next steps. How do people join this program? How do people, get access to learn to earn? How does the program really work? I think he was just about to touch on that,
hello.
the different phases. Hi, E. Welcome back.
Sorry, I can't hear. I can't hear whether you can hear me.
We can hear you.
We can, yes. Okay. Um, I think we just continue. So tell us, Kesia, how does this program work? How do I get in today? How do I get started?
Okay. Um, it begins with an application that's open to as many people as possible. If you are over the age of 18 and you're a Nigerian citizen, you can apply. This means you don't need to have any sort of coding experience or any special degree or type of education. So it is available. The first step is a gamified test, which you can do on your phone or at one of our centers. All the information is on our website. That's learntoearn.ng. During this first test, we check for short-term memory, logic, problem solving. If you pass that test, we invite you to a 4-week-long, very intensive coding bootcamp, which we call the piscine, which is French for swimming pool. You either sink or swim based on how quickly you can learn. And it's during this month we assess your motivation and your resilience. Now, it's important to note that what we're looking for is raw potential. It's not current ability. And if you make it through that, you get into the Learn to Earn program. And in this program, over 2 years, we will take you from a complete beginner to a full stack developer. There's no tuition, and you'll earn a stipend while you learn. And you'll train full-time at one of our campuses, which are safe and well-equipped. And for the first 18 months, you will learn the foundations of software engineering. And then for the next 6 months, you will specialize in a cutting-edge field like AI that we've been speaking about, or DevOps or blockchain. And when you graduate, by making it all the way to the end of the 2-year program, we will offer you a minimum 2-year contract at our talent agency. And you will work on projects for global companies. And to share why we're so confident is because by the end of the program, you will be an elite coder. The method we use to train has been globally proven in over 40 countries, and graduates go on to work for leading companies like Tesla. or Meta or Google, and you will be technically excellent. This method builds real skills and teamwork and speed of learning. And what makes it different is that, and I mentioned this before, there are no teachers, there are no boring lectures, no one's going to tell you what to do. Instead, you will progress by tackling hands-on technical challenges. You'll do code reviews and you'll work in teams just like a real job. You will learn to engage the people around you. And we call this peer-to-peer learning, and it's a very powerful way to learn. And the curriculum is also gamified, so it stays engaging. And yes, it's intense, but you will feel yourself getting better and better every week. And so what you will actually be doing on a day-to-day is you will show up at a center, you will participate in group work, you will do code reviews and stand-ups, and you will learn how real teams operate. And you will build real software projects that mirror industry work. So to summarize, what you'd get by joining is world-class training without having to pay any fees. You'd get a monthly stipend, you would get structured peer support and mentorship, a direct route to paid work through our talent agency, and access to a lifelong global network of peers and mentors and employers who will all keep opening doors for you. In return, what we expect from you is grit and consistency. You will hit walls and then you will learn how to climb over them. And we expect full-time commitment. You will need to treat this like a job. And we expect you to have a team mindset. So if this sounds good to you, I'll say what I said earlier. Go to our website. It's learntoearn.ng and play the game. It may end up changing your life. I do want to spend a little minute just telling you about some success stories that we've seen over the years at schools like this all around the world. We've had some remarkable stories of single mom bus drivers and ballet dancers and receptionists who all became brilliant software developers. And to kind of share one or two of those stories, I can tell you about Amal, for example, who was 22 years old. She's from the school in Morocco, who thought that tech wasn't for her. And she'd never written a line of code in her life. And for her, like many others, the money and the infrastructure was the issue. And she worked at her aunt's shop, and her internet was unreliable. And the turning point for Amal was when she discovered this program in Morocco. So she passed the gamified tests, she survived the piscine, she really leaned into the campus for power and internet. She worked her way through the program and landed a job as a remote junior developer. It was the first steady tech income in her family. So she went from being a shopkeeper to a developer. And I can tell you another story about Miriam from our school in Kenya. Miriam took a break from her job as a cashier to have her son, and then she thought that she completely missed the tech wave. Long story short, Miriam, after completing the program, landed a part-time remote front-end role, and she now has financial independence without having to leave her son. My last story is about Magat, who lives in Morocco. Magat dropped out of university. He knew he wanted to be a coder, but he found the lectures boring. And he didn't like just sitting and listening to a teacher while he thought that he could learn so much more on his own on the internet. So he wanted to study overseas to get access to a better university, but he didn't have the money to do that. He discovered this program on Instagram and finished the whole thing. And for him, the difference was he found a community that matched his pace. It was about collaboration and problem solving and building real things. He realized that he could live his passion close to home and still aim for global work and get a good salary. So he's now employed as a full-time full stack developer. So the lesson here is that anyone can become a coder, no matter your background and no matter where you live.
I feel like clapping, but not sure you guys will hear it. Thanks, Kesia, for sharing those inspiring and super relatable stories with us. I feel like a number of people on this call can relate, can see themselves, but also have questions that are unique to them and their peculiar situations. So I would like now for us to open up the chat to take questions. So questions you've noted, questions from what you've heard our speakers speak about, or things you already had before joining this call. You can just leave them in the chat box here, and I'll have them read out. All right. I would like to direct the general tech questions to Temi and Kesia. Please do us the honor of answering the learn to earn specific questions. So there's this one from Temi Tope, who says they were able to play the memory game to level 10, but the Sisu puzzle to
Also
10
to
as
level.
well. Yeah.
Temi
Boarding.
Topi, I'm going to say well done, because that is not an easy thing to do, and that is an excellent score. You will be hearing from us. Our team will get in touch with you. Just sit pretty. You're going to be invited to the piscine.
Yay. Congratulations to you.
Yay for Temi.
And that person has the same name as my name, so my namesake.
Claim to fame. Yeah. Well done,
Yes.
Timmy's.
Yes, you do have to be at the Innovation Lab every single day during the piscine. This is a full-time physical on-campus program. We cannot take you from a complete beginner to a kick-ass software developer in 2 years if we don't have you on site every single day for the 2 years, and also every single day for the piscine, which is a month long. After the game, what are we supposed to do? We will contact you if you pass.
Yeah. You would also be able to see it on your screen if you are successful, if you need to play the game again, or you've used up all 3 trials, and yeah, that's about it.
Khalid's asking, is the program flexible for university students and working class people? It is designed to be as accessible as possible. We have had in the past people do this on a part-time basis. We do not recommend it. The course is very, very intense. And if you want to cope with the pace, you would need to dedicate yourself full time to it. That is exactly the reason why we have the stipend, is to allow you to earn while you learn. Yes, Magat was there as a visiting mentor during the scene. That is exactly the Magat who I was talking about. Taki, you get 3 opportunities to play the game. So if you do not pass on the first round, please dig deep, find resilience, and try again. Should we do the next question? Ahmad, we are open to experienced developers as well. And I think that you would find the curriculum as engaging, as involved as someone who is a beginner. And that is because we don't actually teach specific languages. What we teach is how to learn and how to learn new technologies and new languages. So it's not about becoming proficient in Java or Golang. It's about learning how to learn, because technology is always changing. There's always going to be something new and different. And we do welcome experienced developers for that reason. This is about sharpening your skills as well. Dave, we will be in touch with you. Yes. Yes. Would there be more campuses around the nation? That's exactly the point. We plan to open around 50 centers over the next 10 years. Right now, we are operational in Otupo, Ilorin, and Lagos, and that geographic spread will continue to increase. When is the date for the Lagos check-in? Adam
It
Moller.
will be completed. You will
But
get a message from us, Michael. It will be
okay.
communicated. Yes. Do we have other questions?
Kingsley, we will be in touch with you. Sure. If there's no other questions, Olapida, we need you to complete the 2-year training.
Yeah. All right. I think that's about it for questions now. Before we go, I would like to get parting words from Timmy, and then Kesia, you will go right after for people
Okay.
who still have questions about Learn to Earn or just encouragement for somebody thinking about making the leap.
Sure. I
Timmy?
just want to quickly say, so one last question. This is not just for software developers, it's for an entire range of professions in tech. It could also be for UX designers or an
Content
entire
creators.
content creators. So this is for everyone.
Thank you. All right. Hi, Timmy. Last words for us.
Yeah, what I would just like to say is that the program is basically an investment, the same way people enroll in a program in a higher institution or university for 4 years or 5 years is really how this 2 year program is meant to prepare you to be a very solid um, talent for technology. And there's a guarantee that by the time you're done with this program, it's not meant to give you a regular certificate or diploma like regular institutions will, but it will prepare you to be able to earn a lot of money in dollars or in foreign currency. But those who are currently earning a lot of money in dollars and foreign currency have definitely put in more than 2 years of work if you find out and if you go and check. So it's an investment. The game is just a form of assessment. I will encourage everybody to go ahead and play the game. I actually want to play the game for fun. I don't know, maybe if I get to a high level, Learn to Earn might contact me. I don't know.
Really? Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to take or enroll, but I really just want to take the game, play the game just for to experience what everybody that has been coming to our hub is experiencing. It's a very huge opportunity. Once again, it's a life changing, it's a potentially life changing opportunity for many people. And for those that are outside of Lagos, I would say this is actually a lot more of an advantage for you because these are places that already do not have that much opportunity. You can live anywhere and become a successful engineer. Imagine living outside of Lagos and earning the same salary that people in Western countries could earn from right here. I mean, you might just become the king of wherever you live. But yes, this can change lives, can change families, can change communities if people are able to put in that work and build themselves. Once again, those who are doing it have definitely put in the work. This is just a more structured way of guaranteeing your preparedness for the world, for the industry. And like Keziah said, it's not really just about learning a particular skill, is really more or less training you and teaching you how to learn. So whatever new thing comes out later in the future, you're going to be able to jump on it and learn and adapt. That's what it's about. Like personally, I've always kept on learning new things my entire life. This year, I challenged myself to learn AI prompting for images and animation, and I did. So it's not a one-time learning thing where you've learned something and you become a professional. The people that learned certain skills 5, 10 years ago will find out that those skills have actually most likely become a bit obsolete yes, it's good to have that experience, and that's why Learn to Earn is also giving you experience while you learn. So I think those are my parting words for everyone.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you so much. Kesia?
Well, I've already said a lot before. My parting message is, if you think that tech is not for you or coding is not for you, please think again. I have seen this now in so many different countries. People think I'm not smart enough. I wasn't good at math. I wasn't good at science. I'm more into the creative fields. You could not be more wrong. Coding is such a creative field. We have seen people all around the world who had never even considered tech as a viable career option turn into brilliant software developers. So this really can be for you. There's an opportunity for you to earn a significant income from exactly where you live. And we will be opening up centers across the country. So please stay plugged into Learn to Earn. Please follow us on our socials. Please go to our website and play the game and come to our events. We want to be with you. We're creating a community across the country and we want you involved. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Timmy. Thanks, Kesia. Thanks to everyone who joined the call. I really appreciate us taking out the time to do this. Thanks for pouring into us, sharing experiences of people like us, and making tech accessible, making it understandable, making it super relatable, and just reminding us that tech isn't out of reach. Thanks again for doing this. Now, before we go to everyone on this call, I just want to say it's learntoearn.ng. I encourage you to take out some minutes to go to the website, play the game, tell your family and friends about this. I promise you it can change a few people's lives, and there's no reason it shouldn't be yours or someone that is related or loved by you. So learn2earn.ng again. Follow us across all social platforms. You can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere you can think of. We look forward to welcoming you into the program and the community. We look forward to sharing your own story as testimonials and encouragement to other people. Learn2earn.ng. Looking forward to all of us playing the game and getting high scores and welcoming you. Thanks again for making the time. Speak to us some other time. Bye for now.